how you can go about editing or having a bit of a play in this wiki that I created. So some of you indicated that you were interested in having a look at how a wiki works. So I've created this wiki for you so you can create your own pages. One thing I just did want to point out, just remember that this is a collaborative space, so you do with a wiki, and this is one of the constraints of these types of technology, is that you're able to edit other people's work. So please respect your fellow peers' work, and ideally don't delete their work. So when you enter the wiki I've created, what you'll notice is that you are presented with what is essentially a home page, and it's called Using a Wiki, and this is where the video will be presented. So one of the things I want you to have a play with is to create a new wiki page and then add something to it. So I'm just going to demonstrate how you go about doing that. So when you scroll up to the top, you'll see there's a big button here that says Create Wiki Page. So we'll create a new wiki page, and I'm going to call it my name. Okay, and this is the name that you'll see on the side menu. Now, by default, this is what's called a WYSIWYG editor, and essentially it's a little bit like Microsoft Word. So you've got all your editing tools here, but thankfully with a wiki and some of our online tools, we can add multimedia and images and those types of things. So what I'm going to do is just show you how to add a couple of images and a video. So the first thing I'll do is then add an image. So you notice here that there's a little insert image button, so we click on that. Okay, and then you say browse my computer, and so you need to browse for that file, and I'm just going to go and have a look on my desktop, and I've got an image here. This is what happens when you leave your son with the iPad. I found that he loves taking selfies, so my iPad's full of selfies from my son, which is quite interesting. So when you get that message, don't worry too much about it. That's fine. And what you'll notice is the image is really big, which is not ideal. So what I'm going to do is resize the image. And what you need to do is put your cursor over the corner of the image, and then you need to hold Shift and then press down and drag towards the center. Oops. And what that'll do is it'll resize the image, and importantly it'll resize the image in proportion. So if, for example, you just drag from the sides, you actually distort your image, and you don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do, that's a mistake I've made, and there's also some undo tools here. So if I click undo, I can be reverted back to where I was before. Okay, so what I want to do now is just add a little caption to that. So I'm going to put a return here now, and I'm going to say my son's name, Liam, Liam's photo, and that was in roughly about March this year, 2014. And I'm just going to now just apply a little bold type thing. Okay, so this is a little image. Next thing I'm going to do is add a YouTube video. In order to do that, you click on this little mashup button. Click on the little down arrow there, and there's an option there to say YouTube video. Okay, so this search bar is essentially allowing you to search all the YouTube videos. Now there's one that I found the other day which I thought was quite interesting, which was about the way hackers are able to access our digital information. I think it's quite relevant for the topic that we looked at today. So what I've done is I've taken the title of the YouTube video, and so I've taken the title of the YouTube video and put it in the search field, and then I click go. So at the moment we're searching through YouTube, and I can find, so it's returned the first result, which is great. So I can click select. So this is the video I want to add to my page, and you've got some options here. So you can either add the YouTube video as a thumbnail, or I prefer to use embedded video so that you can actually see the video in the page. and I generally keep those as they are and then click submit. Okay, so what we can see now is that we've got our page, and our page has an image and it has a YouTube video. So in order to save any changes that you make, you need to click the submit button. But before I do that, I just wanted to also add a suggestion for 3D printing. So I'm going to say I want to print a surfboard, please. Okay, so what I'm going to do is have a look at the most creative object we can find that someone suggests, and I'll have a go at trying to print that out during the lecture next time we meet. So I'll click submit, and what you'll notice here now is that there's the additional page that we just created. So in order to navigate around the wiki, this is essentially the wiki menu. So this is the first page using the wiki, and there's my second page. So ideally what we should see are each one of your pages that are listed below here. So please use your name, whether you want a first and last name, and that'll be helpful. So that's a quick summary of how you go about creating the wiki. I hope you have fun. Cheers.